submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society, the tale of the Are You Afraid of the Dark reboot. So, for those of you not familiar with Are You Afraid of the Dark, it's a scary anthology series that was on Nickelodeon back in the 90s, which follow a group of kids who would meet up at this campsite in the middle of the woods and tell scary stories. And each episode would have a different kid telling a different story, and that was pretty much the premise of the show. And I absolutely loved this show when I was a kid. I used to watch it all the time on Nickelodeon, and it had a big influence on me on what I like about horror shows and movies. And I love anthology series specifically because of this show. So when they announced this reboot, I was really excited about it. I thought it was going to be a full-fledged series and going to follow similar formats. And for the most part, it's some of that. So this new series is a mini-series, essentially. I guess they're testing the water to see if there's still an audience for a show like this. So they released the first episode on YouTube the other day, yesterday. And the show, I think it's only 3 episodes long, an hour each, I want to say. I might be wrong, but I do know the first episode was about 50 minutes long, so an hour-ish on TV. And there's at least 2 more episodes, so I'm assuming those are also an hour. So it was released on YouTube, and I had to check it out because, of course, like I said, I'm a big fan of the original show. And I have to say, I absolutely loved it. So this took a lot of the elements from the original series that I loved, and it brought it back, and it did so much more. Like, it amplified a lot of things. So this show follows a girl named Rachel. I believe that's her name. And it follows her through a similar story plot point that a lot of the old shows like Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps used to do. She's the new kid in town, and it follows her essentially acclimating to the town. So she moves in, she's a new kid, you know, she has a hard time making friends or whatever. And as she's, you know, at the school, she starts getting letters in her locker involving horror themes. So it's a series of questions, and it's, you know, it's essentially a test for her to see if she's material for the Midnight Society. And the Midnight Society is the group of kids from the original series who told the scary stories at the campfire. So we, the viewers, we know who some of these people are, or we do know who they are when she starts getting tested. So she gets tested to see if she is good enough to be in the Midnight Society. And, you know, somewhat spoilers, she passes the first test, and she eventually goes to tell them a scary story, which is the final test. So if she's able to tell a good scary story, then she's a part of the Midnight Society. You know, and she tells her story, which I thought it was really, really good. It's kind of short. It's not the main focus of the episode. Because unlike in the original show, they would usually just meet up at the campfire and go straight into the story, pretty much. We didn't see much outside of the camp area, except for like 2 episodes. It was like a special where they had an actual ghost adventure. So this is what this new series is kind of, you know, mixing together. It has the element of the original one where, you know, this group of kids telling, you know, stories or whatever, but they're also involved in their own story, which this first episode sets up. I think it's the Circus of Doom, it's what it's called. If you've seen the trailer, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to spoil too much, but this show does a fantastic job. Like, in the original show, you kind of know the characters and you kind of care about them, but they're stereotypes, essentially. You know, there's the cool kid, the mean kid, the popular girl kind of thing. Not to that degree, you know, not times by 1,000, but you can tell who they are. This show takes its time introducing the characters, and you get to know them, especially the main character, Rachel, and her slow build-up as getting, you know, seen by the Midnight Society, not see, tested by the Midnight Society. So it's a lot of fun. You start caring about her character, and the atmosphere in this show is fantastic. Like, it is phenomenal. Like, I hope they do more miniseries or more episodes, or they turns into a full-fledged series, because they did a fantastic job. I got chills in some parts, and I was very interested in the story, and it's a lot of fun. And like in the original show, I always wanted to do that. Like, I want to be part of the Midnight Society and tell stories, but in this new version, it just looks like a whole lot more fun. So overall, this, like I said, this special or this miniseries does a great job of, bringing back what I loved about the original series and amplifying and adding a lot more and just making it more modern. Absolutely fantastic. I definitely recommend it for people who love the original series or who just love horror things in general. Like I said, it's well done. It's a well-made story without going into super spoilers. I think people will enjoy it. It's, like I said, especially if you're a fan of the original series. There's elements from that series that you'll recognize right away and make you feel comfortable and just enjoy overall. So I give this first episode a 9 out of 10. It was fantastic. Like I said, 9 out of 10. There was just so much to enjoy about it. I really didn't dislike much, except that I have to wait to watch the next episode, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. It's a miniseries, TV show, whatever. But it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. The cast did a fantastic job. It was well written, well directed. The production was really well done. It's just phenomenal. Like I said, go check it out. It's fun. It's October, it's Halloween. Get in the spirit and go check it out. All right, that's it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. Hey, if you like this video, we have several other awesome videos you can check out. And again, thanks for watching.